What's good, y'all? Rich Sosa back in a building with another banger. Now, first things first, before we go ahead and get started, I gotta go ahead and say thank God for another day and another opportunity. Now, as y'all can see from the looks of the title and the screen, today I'm gonna be bringing y'all a very special catfish build today. It's going to be called the 3-point shooter, but today this build is going to remind me of the NBA legend Bill Russell from the Boston Celtics. Now, I went ahead and created my own version of him, kind of to where he would be playing in the modern NBA today. So with this build, we have a lot of potential. We're going to be able to get the sharpshooting, the rim protecting, and glass cleaning takeover. We're also going to be making it with contact dunks, but then when it comes down to the defensive end, you have the potential to get nearly every single stat up to a 99 plus if you do decide to create this build exactly how I'm bringing it to y'all. Now look, before we get any further in this video, if it's your first time coming through, be sure to hit that sub button if you're new, turn on post notifications to be a part of the Rich family, and I would appreciate it if everybody smashed that like button, but be sure to comment down TG for thank God, and where you're tuning in from watching today, and I most definitely will be hitting y'all back with a response. So now let's go ahead and get into the breakdown of this build. We're actually going to be creating it out of the small forward position today. Now when it comes down to the actual body settings, this is going to play a huge factor with this build. So today, like I said, I'm going to go with the height of 6'9". When it comes down to my weight, I'm going to go with 218. And then when it comes down to the wingspan, I'm going to go with 7'7", just for defensive purposes. Now the body shape that you want to pick is going to be slight. From here, let's go ahead and get into the breakdown of the attributes. So when it comes down to the speed, I'm going to go with an 80, 76 acceleration, 80 strength, 90 vertical with a 90 stamina. Now as you can see, I did go pretty overpowered with the physicals, the 80 speed, the 76 acceleration, and not a lot of people are going to have the vertical of a 90 with at least an 80 strength. Now the stamina is going to hold us up well. From here, let's go ahead and check out what we're going to be looking like on the defensive end. Now for the interior, I'm going to go with the 93, 78 perimeter, 90 steal, 99 block with a 99 defensive rebound. Now the offensive rebound will be brought up to a 70 just to be more balanced on the defensive end. And as you can see with these 31 badges, I like box out beast, also glove on silver. We get post lockdown, challenger, clamps, interceptor, and then chase down artist. And then for tier 3, Hall of Fame anchor, pogo stick, as well as rebound chaser. Now I really do believe that this build on the defensive end is going to replicate Bill Russell, and if you did want to make any adjustments, go ahead and do so, but I really believe that the physicals are going to go hand in hand when it comes down to the defense. Now this sets us up when it comes down to this part of the build. Let's go ahead and move on to the shooting. Now when it comes down to the mid-range, I'm going to go with the 69, 82 3-pointer with a 74 free throw for 16 badges. Now look, I like amped, midi magician, we get space creator and volume shooter. And then for tier 2, I like agent 3 with green machine. Now for tier 3, limitless range is going to be the only badge that I'm really focused on. Now this is what we're going to be looking like when it comes down to the shooting, and remember, we still will be able to get sharpshooting takeover. From here, let's go ahead and check out what we're going to be able to do on the finishing end. So I gotta be very specific when it comes down to the offense, so I'm gonna go with the 47, 67, 86, and then a 51. Now we get 8 badges, but look, if you do decide to throw extra badges into this area, we're definitely going to be able to equip posterizer on the silver tier. But as for the other badges, I like pro touch on gold, silver slithery, and then gold limitless takeoff with fearless finisher. Now if you want to go about this setup differently, and you can possibly even lower the vertical all the way down to at least a 75, but again, I went ahead and upped it just so that way I'm able to get more out of the defense, and especially with the boards. I'm going to leave it like this when it comes down to the finishing. Let's go ahead and finish it up when it comes down to the playmaking. So the way that I'm going to go about this, 60 pass accuracy, 36 here, and a 30 speed with ball. We get 3 badges, so look, you can put on ankle breaker, hyperdrive. It really comes down to how you want to go about this, but look, the main thing about this build is going to be the shooting, the finishing, as well as, of course, the defense. Now, if you want to make the adjustment to lower the vertical to get more out of any area of your choosing, go ahead and do so. But when it comes down to the takeovers, look, we get the sharpshooting, the rim protecting, and the glass cleaning. Now, if you make this build correctly, picking the sharpshooting takeover will allow you to get the potential of a 100 plus 3-pointer. Add in the +4 from running with a teammate that does have on floor general, then also the +5 for buying your own boost. You get a +10 when your takeover is activated, and gradually, the better you play, your attributes go up as well. Now when it comes down to the second takeover, pick between See the Future Takeover and Pay Intimidation. I'm going to leave it like this. Now let's go ahead and check out the build to make sure that we made it correctly together. And as y'all can see, we should be getting these 3 comparisons. And as y'all can see, we were able to create the Catfish, Bill Russell, 3-point shooter build in NBA 2K23 on next gen. Now let me know in the comments, what do y'all think about this build? Would you make any changes or adjustments? And I really do believe that this is going to be one of the better Catfish defensive builds that we can make this year. Now with the full potential, remember, the boost that I did just mention can apply to any of these 4 areas. I think the physicals, in my opinion, are my favorite part about this build. From here, let's go ahead and get started with the badges. Now for the finishing, I'm going to go with Pro Touch Slithery, Limitless Takeoff, and then Fearless Finisher. Now I think we have all of the badges equipped that are going to be necessary for contact dunk so far. And if you do decide to throw the extra badges into this area, Posterizer on Silver will be able to get equipped. Now when it comes down to the shooting, I'm going to go with Amped, Space Crater, Volume Shooter, Green Machine, Agent 3, and then Core Limitless Range. Now this all comes down to your own personal preference on how you want to go about the setup, but I really do believe that these are going to be the more important badges when it comes down to this area. Now for the playmaking, we have 1 core badge that we can go ahead and throw on. Make sure that you're picking a badge that you feel like is going to make this build even better. I'm going to go with Special Delivery on Silver. Then for my actual badges, I'm going to use Hyperdrive, Ankle Breaker, and Break Starter. Now for the defense, I'm going to go with Ankle Braces, Glove, Interceptor, and then for the Hall of Fame badges, Box Out Beast, Post Lockdown, Chase Down Artist, Anchor, with Rebound Chaser. Now this is pretty much what the build is going to be looking like, so let me know in the comments, would you make any changes? And especially when it comes down to the defensive end, this is clearly one of the best 6'9" defenders that you can make this year. Now I was happy to say that this build did remind me of Bill Russell, but look, I just want to say thank y'all for the support, and let me know in the comments, what do y'all think about this build? Would you make any changes or adjustments? And if you want to go ahead and make it, or make it to your own liking, make the adjustments necessary to do so. But again, with all that being said, if it was your first time coming through, be sure to hit that sub button if you're new. Turn on post notifications to be a part of the Rich family. And I would appreciate it if everybody smashed that like button and went ahead and commented down TG for thank God and where you're tuning in from watching today, and I most definitely will be hitting y'all back with a response. But with all that being said, I got one last thing to say. Rich out.